Hey Scorpio, it is time for your Taurus new moon tarot spread. Taurus is your polar opposite in your astrological chart. You like things deep, you like things intense, you like to get to the bottom of things. Taurus likes to keep things simple. To keep things practical, to keep things light and pleasurable. Okay, let me see that I have, I think I'm, okay. Let me make sure that I have all of our houses represented for your astrological chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great. The Taurus new moon is happening in your 7th house of love, marriage, partnership, and adversaries because it is directly across from your 1st house, right? It is your polarity. All right, so the bottom of the deck, we have the 4 of Cups. You may not be super pleased with the options you have in front of you. Surrender and let the universe bring you that magical option that you never thought would ever happen. Just remember to have your eyes and ears open because the universe shows up in really weird ways sometimes. All right. So eyes open for lots of options, surrendering to the universe. All right. We have the center card representing you, and then each card is representing a house in your astrology chart, and each house represents an area in your life, and we'll go over what each house represents, and then we'll go into the meaning of the card there. So we have you, and you, this new moon cycle, you are represented by the star. Lovely. This is a great new moon ritual to make a wish about a vision, a hope, a dream that you've had. There's a lot of good energy in manifesting. Taurus is a great manifestation moon, so make a wish, do your ritual, and watch what happens. All right, for your 1st house. Your 1st house is all about your personality, your waking life, your personal style, and you have the devil. Oh man, and again, talking about how Taurus is very simple, sensual pleasures, very surface level. Simplicity is really a key word for Taurus. And then with you, Scorpio, you like things deep, you like to be psychologically challenged, you enjoy talking about things that other people might feel uncomfortable talking about, like in polite conversation. Oh no, you want to talk about it, and the more taboo, the better. And so here we have the devil in your 1st house. So this is about being a little naughty, a little mischievous, and really having fun with that. It's also about letting go of things that bind you, freeing yourself from the chains that bind you. You may feel trapped by something, but kind of going back to our 4 of Cups, there's always an option for getting free. If there isn't an option for getting free, make a plan. This is a great, new moons are great times for making those plans and executing those plans. Happening in your 1st house, I would say, over the next 9 months. All right. Oh, and then we have your 2nd house. Your 2nd house is about money, self-worth, and what you find valuable. It is the house that is ruled by Taurus. It is the house that Taurus likes to rule in and live in. And here we have the Death card. So you, again, lots of letting go here. And new moons are about bringing things in, but you have to let go of some stuff to bring in the new stuff, right? So maybe you've already let go of something that you no longer value. You've let go of a way you've been making money. You've let go of some really troubling ways you were looking at your self-worth. You're really stepping into your self-confidence. So there has been a death of something that you value, and you are stepping into a rebirth. And you're so good at this, Scorpio. You are the phoenix rising from the ashes. So how exciting. You're coming into all of these, you're making new priorities. You have a new outlook on life and how you feel about yourself. You're really realizing how worthy you are, because you are. It's simple as that, right? Taurus, very simple. You are worthy of pleasing yourself, of giving yourself simple pleasures. Bottom line. All right. So for the third house is about communication, talking, short trips. We have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords also represents a journey. You are going on a quest of sorts. This may be in communicating with other people. It might be a physical journey. You may be going out to the desert for this new moon to watch the stars shine bright because the moon will be dark. How fabulous. And this journey, whatever it may be, it might be a short one, but it's going to be really revelatory. Oh gosh. It'll be a journey of rebellion for you. How about that, okay? It's a journey that's going to set you free. I'm going to stop it with the big words. And don't worry, it's not going to be that painful. You're actually going to be surprised by your strength, your inner strength. Ooh, all right. So for the fourth house is about your house, what grounds you, and your family. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is all about being really grateful and honoring all that you already have. You've made it, baby. It's also about kind of stepping into a new realm. It is, again, honoring an ending and really stepping into this new beginning. Right here in your fourth house, it's about financial stability. It's about really honoring the family that you've created for yourself. Maybe the family that you've always had and have always been there for you. And just really seeing how good life is. All right, we have for the fifth house is all about creativity, having a good time, love affairs, and we have the Five of Pentacles. So maybe you've just been in a really serious place and you haven't been having much fun. Things have just seemed, you've been down in the dumps, things seem really dreary. So, and sometimes we just go through these phases. Maybe going through this time is really helping fuel your creativity. It's giving you a lot of material to work with. Again, we're seeing a lot of themes of burning things up, going on journeys, rebirth. And sometimes you just have to kind of go on a journey in the underworld and really kind of keep to yourself before you emerge triumphant. All right, and then we have the sixth house. With the sixth house, it's about everyday rituals, your health, your pets. And we have the Tower reversed. So, in the light or lack of light in the new moon, with a tower reversed, you've already been towered, and it was awful. But now you're rebuilding. You may be a little stuck in. It's like you're still recovering from the towered moment. And if you're not familiar with tarot, getting towered is like everything. It's like the volcano in Hawaii and what happened to some people's homes, which was awful. The volcano explodes, it destroys your house, and not only destroys it, but completely levels it like back into the ground. And then you have to either not return because your house is gone, or you have to decide to rebuild literally from the ground up. And the ground's completely new because it's been washed over in molten lava. So something like that happened metaphorically in your life, kind of in your day-to-day life, maybe, and it could be anything, just something that's day-to-day. So with your job, with that friend you talk to every day, with a lover who you started seeing them on the regular, and then something happened, and it could be something as devastating as breaking up and having a broken heart, or it could be there was a proposal and your whole life is going to change because you're getting married. So you might still be, whatever this thing was, this cataclysmic thing, you're still a little stuck on it. And it's really in your best interest to kind of move on to the next logical step in the path. We have Uranus going into Taurus as well on the same day that we have the new moon in Taurus. And Uranus is the planet of shakeups, of freedom, of rebellion. And so you're going to be feeling a ton of shakeups in your 7th house of partnership. So you kind of want to put your best foot forward because everyone is also going to be feeling all these shakeups. It's like everyone's going to be having their own personal earthquake. All right, we have the 8 of Pentacles reversed in your in your 7th house. This is the house where you will be having the Taurus new moon, where Uranus will be coming into this sign for 7 years, creating, again, like I keep on saying, shakeups and chances for freedom. And this is your polar opposite sign. So it might be things that you kind of don't feel very familiar with. Embracing the beauty, embracing the simplicity, really just indulging in pleasure for just the sake of indulging in pleasure. Nothing else attached. All right, 8 of Pentacles reversed. You've been working really hard on something, maybe a relationship, some sort of partnership. Maybe you have an enemy and you've been working really hard to avoid them or try and make friends, make the situation work, especially if it's in the workplace. It's really time to let go of the hard work and just let things flow. Just let the coins roll down the mountain. Stop trying to work uphill. We're going for ease under this new moon. Bringing us to now the 8th house. Scorpio, the 8th house is where your sign naturally lives. Naturally, the 8th house is all about sex and death and other people's money. Detectives have a lot of planets in Scorpio in the 8th house. You love a good mystery. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So you are hitting the jackpot in terms of, I would say, sex and money. Abundance. So go toward what makes you feel abundant. And with Taurus, indulging in sensual pleasures, you know where that's going. So just have fun. Collect the money that you deserve. All right. Ninth house. The ninth house is all about journeys, adventure, world travel, philosophy, organized religion. We have the Fool. So, you are embarking on a new journey with this with this new moon in Taurus. You recently just had the full moon in Scorpio, the last full moon. Something came to fruition. And with this new moon in Taurus being your polarity, you're going to go on a new journey and try some things you haven't tried before. You're going in there very lighthearted, very curious, and very childlike. So be the Fool and enjoy the journey and really see this as a quest. Even if it's just in your everyday, see things in a new light and really enjoy that. All right, 10th house, your career. We have the Emperor. Lots of fiery energy tied in with authority. Are you becoming the boss? There's definitely some strong boss energy coming through Scorpio. Either you're being promoted as the boss, or you're becoming the boss in your own way. You're becoming the boss of yourself, thus helping your career. 11th house. 11th house is about your groups, the organizations that you belong to, your friends, and your hopes and your dreams. Hopes and desires. The Priestess. All about using your intuition. Really tap into that place where you are wise. You can be the Fool and still be very wise. And use your intuition to help guide you toward what you really want. All right, and then finally we have the 12th house. Things that you are afraid of, spirituality, psychic energy, secrets, King of Pentacles reversed. So, especially with this Taurus new moon, you're falling off your throne, you're tumbling off your throne into the wilds. And you're not the authority on what makes you happy. You're not the authority on earthly pleasures at the moment. You're really taking it all in as if it was all new, and you're kind of you're deciding, you're remembering what you truly value and what really brings you pleasure. So Scorpio, make a wish. Go on that journey. Really see the options in front of you. And keep it simple.